y'all. Happy, what day is it? Tuesday, September 29th. That was Les Claypool, one of the most outrageous bassists of probably all time. Only person I can think to compare him to is like Jimi Hendrix. Like, just did stuff that you didn't know was possible with the instrument. And just, so anyway, Les Claypool, he had a birthday today, so that was a little bass solo he's kind of made up at a concert that was on YouTube, so there you go. Let's see. Other birthdays today. We only have one. It's Jasmine Losaw. And if I'm not mistaken, it's Miss Mendoza's birthday as well, too. Happy birthday to you both. All right, so let me get this back open. What else we got going on today? It is the birthday of, well, it is World Heart Day, so it is a day to, take care of each other, and also remember, take care of yourself, eat well, exercise, take care of that heart, right? It is also the birthday of, I'm going to let Wikipedia pronounce it for me, because my Polish is, well, non-existent, so let me see. I can read it in my head, but what I read into my head isn't the way it really is sound. Where are we at? All right. So listen up.
Lech Wałęsa.
There you go. Lech Wałęsa. So he was born on September 29th in 1947. And he was a worker. And he lived in Poland, and I've kind of got this obsession with the Cold War, right? A real fascinating time period. And he was one of the figures that helped end the Cold War and, lead to where we are now. So he was a worker in Poland, and which was under control of the Soviet Union. Like the Iron Curtain, like the communists controlled like Eastern Europe, and it was mainly the Soviet Union was kind of this Tom and Jerry, like spy versus spy war between the United States and the West. And it was called the Cold War because it wasn't like us actually fighting each other. It was like us fighting like wars or helping people fight wars in a lot of places in the world. Latin America, Africa, Asia. That's how Vietnam came about. But Poland was right next to Russia, or the Soviet Union, and was a satellite state. Like they were controlled by the Russians or the Soviets. And Walsea was like a kind of union organizer. At any rate, he's eventually going to help cause enough, and the Catholic Church is involved as well too. There's a lot of people involved, but he was one of the main people in Poland helping organize, and eventually got semi-free elections, and Poland's going to kind of have a democratically elected government for the first time in pretty much ever. In 1990, and that is going to start a ball rolling that's going to lead to other places see Poland kind of get away with not necessarily just doing exactly what the Soviets said. And there was a lot more. The Soviets were they realized that the end was nigh as far as the form of government. It just wasn't working. Gorbachev was a Soviet leader then. He chose not to he kind of let Poland do this. That starts a whole chain reaction. Eventually, the Berlin Wall is going to fall. And then eventually, all these countries in Eastern Europe that the Soviets had controlled after World War II, eventually going to gain their independence. New countries are formed. In 1991, the Cold War is going to kind of blow up. And this event that people my age and older, it was hard to believe the Cold War wasn't going to be around. If you ever seen any Rocky movies in the 80s, especially Rocky 4, I think, it was, I remember when I was a kid going to go see the theater, and Rocky fought this Russian in the Soviet Union, and the whole, kids in the crowd were chanting, USA, USA, it was really this us versus them thing that seemed like it was going to be around forever, but then all of a sudden, graduate high school, and all of a sudden the Berlin Wall falls, and oh my goodness, the Cold War's over. Well, Lech Walesa, this was one of the preeminent people who helped bring this about by helping have free elections, more or less free in Poland, which kind of started a domino effect. So, happy birthday. Some people say that he might have been kind of a double agent, but that's has been proven. But definitely was Poland having elections was a real key event. All right, now let's go with the four-way test. The four-way test of the things we think, say, or do. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Our virtue this month is, I almost said communism. No, that'd be like what Walsea helped bring down. Our virtue this month is compassion. How you being compassion, Crockett? We're being good to each other. We're being nice to our families. We're being nice to each other. We're being nice to ourselves. We're getting outside and enjoying the weather. We're going to celebrate World Heart Day and know that I'm missing you and I cannot wait to see you. Bye, guys.